college frat parties. That kind of.
Good mood.
Yeah, that's all.
Got the head all right today. Look at this.
Yeah, I don't look like a bank robber today. You know.
Crispy. Look at that.
As Key categorized me yesterday.
No, I didn't.
Get Out. I was the guy running wearing the hat from Get Out.
Yeah, but come on, though, Jay. You got to admit, though, you look like you was up to something.
Yeah, you're right.
You did look like you were up to something, right? I mean, you got to admit.
Profiling. Key
No,
can
it's
say
not
it, Max.
profiling. It's just.
You can't say I look like I was up to something. It just carries.
I didn't think you
negative.
really did. You look like an undercover cop to me yesterday.
Up to something.
Well, I guess that is up to something, right?
Well, you think, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's right. No, you know what? I take it back. Right.
Where do you guys get your product from? Tell me, I'm not going to make a big purchase.
And you're looking at the dude like, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on.
I didn't necessarily say
bro.
bank robber. I just said he looks like he's up to something. I said bank robber yesterday, but he was like he didn't like that because it,
So like Jay. a narc, yeah.
Jay just looks like he's up to something.
Yeah, that's it.
Who
is this guy that they put next to me? Who is that guy, though, with the shades?
One of your mates.
One of your
guys that you
Mr. Green or whatever they call him.
I think he was the driver for you.
Yeah.
He was your driver.
He's a driver, yeah. You can tell. I need that cash crisp. Need it folded. It can't just be everywhere.
So yesterday we spent a lot of the show talking Aaron Rodgers.
There's a transition. There's a transition. 2 minutes into the show.
It is. Being on the show is like
2 minutes, Key. Guy's stressing over here.
No, Max is just
number of minutes.
Max is just trying to make sure that he gets 11 minutes instead of the 12. That's all. You want to get 11 instead of the 12. You'll give us a minute, and then you'll grab the 11 because of the clock. Hello.
Look, we can you want to keep talking about we can keep doing it.
Are you the Trey Young?
We can keep doing it. I know how Jay feels when he puts the hat on and goes to work because I didn't feel like shaving his head that day. It's no big deal.
Exactly.
And then a spotlight is shined on it, right? When I look at my Uptowns, that's Air Force Ones for those not from New York, right? So I look at my Uptowns, I'm like, yeah, I get another wear out of them, right? Wear them to work. Canty walks in first thing. Look at those. Takes a picture on his phone, puts it on social media.
Can't hide anywhere, man.
Anything more than 4 wears, you're going to have to get them things away.
Yeah, but you're thinking come on, man, I'm going off this radio. They only see me from the waist. I'm good,
not here.
Man.
No, but you should be embarrassed to even walk in with anything more than 4.
They weren't really dog, though. You know what I mean? They were on the borderline.
You think they wasn't.
You know what the problem is? The laces get a little something that you
can't I was about to say, when you move your laces to the left or the right and you got a black line in it, it's time to come on, man.
No good.
I
don't agree with 4 wears. You don't have to overdo it. 7, 8 wears you could do.
No, you could do 4 because usually those you're going to go hard in them. Those shoes, you're going to go to the club. You're going to go to a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
So you're walking in them and you're moving around and somebody just steps on them and they get creased up.
Yeah.
If you're doing 8, call me.
Yeah, and then you get the little on the side of the thing. You're not going to clean them. You're not like when you're a kid with a toothbrush. You know what I mean?
Well, clean mine. Still clean mine. I don't know about you.
Yeah,
my son stuff, man.
I take care of my stuff.
Man, my son every night he cleaning shit. I'm like, dude, you do your damn homework.
It ain't easy.
Jay is doing everything himself. What you said something like, what was it? You were doing.
I do my own lawn.
Yeah, you do your own lawn.
Is that okay?
You do?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's
is that okay?
He's like, you know what he's like? He's like Warren Buffett.
Max hasn't had a lawn in how long? You're a city kid.
Warren Buffett lives in the same house he lived in since the 60s. You're like Warren Buffett.
I mean, I don't mind
the
the comparison.
You do your own lawn, Jay.
Yes, there are times I do my own lawn.
Are you pushing or riding?
I'm pushing.
God, I know you get a lot of exercise. As big as that yard and stuff is.
I don't have a big yard.
you know.
I don't live on an estate.
You know what I read that, or someone told me years ago that billionaires are more likely to get their shoes resold than get new shoes.
Okay. Well, yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because if I got $1 billion, I'm going to own the shoe company. I'm not worried about it.
Maybe that's why you are not a billionaire. You have to have the billionaire's mentality.
No, I'm not. No, I work too hard to be a billionaire. Why would I
work too hard to be a billionaire?
Yeah, why would I just redo my soles of my shoes instead of buying new shoes? That doesn't even make any damn sense.
You know,
anyway,
I'd rather not talk about my dream job because the last time I got told I have no integrity, so I'd rather not talk about a dream job.
You don't.
Well, later we can identify all the coaches that don't have good records. We'll see if Jay can push them out.
Zero integrity. Stating your dream job. Okay, got it.
Talking about
Speaking of pushing out.
Yeah, there it is.
So, all right, can we? Now, have we done that enough? Now,
well, when Key does it, it just feels different. It feels natural.
I see. Okay, Key, transition.
Speaking of pushing out, is Aaron Rodgers being pushed out of Green Bay?
But yesterday we're talking about it because Rodgers is on, is talking about MVP. And Jay, our basic positions, you guys can jump in if you think I'm mischaracterizing it, was Key's like, there's a way to answer that, and you could talk MVP, but always direct it back toward the team goal, the Super Bowl. And Jay's like, come on, man, we clipped this little thing where he doesn't say exactly what we want in the context of him really trying to look out for his teammates, like I need my guys around, and we're making it like he's selfish. And my point of view was, Jay, I'm kind of with Key on. I am with Key on this because we're sniffing something out about the guy. It's not coming from nowhere, right? Well, Rob Gronkowski has now weighed in on Aaron Rodgers' comments. Wednesday, an appearance on FanDuel TV's Up and Adams. Here's Rodgers first on the Pat McAfee show, what he originally said, and then Gronkowski on FanDuel TV's Up and Adams, his interpretation. Let's play one after the other. First, Rodgers.
I think I can win MVP again. The right situation. Right situation, is that Green Bay or is that somewhere else? I'm not sure. But I don't think you should shut down any, opportunity. Like I said, during the season, it's got to be both sides actually wanting, to work together moving forward. I think there's, more conversations to be had.
All right, so there's Rodgers, and here's talking MVP. Here is Gronk's reaction.
Why are you thinking MVP? Like, don't you want Super Bowls? Like, Super Bowls are I think, 5 times greater than an MVP award. Like, we all know that you won the MVP a few times now, but, everyone would know even more how many more Super Bowls you've won than MVPs.
Jeez, I didn't hear that.
Shots fired, Gronk.
Man, that was flames there. Woo-wee.
So, Key, my first question, and this is legit because I know how shows work, right? So, because I've been in this situation before. Max loves this kind of stuff too. He leans heavily.
I'm twirling my media mustache.
You know how this stuff works, Key. Like, you and I have done a lot of affiliate calls for all of our partners, right? So sometimes you go on calls throughout the course of the week, and they're like, okay, like I'm coming into it really not knowing what's going on. What's happening, like specifically every detail in this market. And they're like, hey, we're going to play you sound. And you listen to the sound, and you literally just react off what you hear. But you don't hear the whole context.
But Gronk's been through this all. It's happened to him.
I'm just asking, do you think Gronk really heard the entirety of it? Or do you think he just heard a clip?
It doesn't matter.
Whether he did or he didn't, Jay, he heard enough to form his opinion.
Yeah, but
now
I can form my opinion off
let's just say that
snippets.
Let's just assume this was in the middle of the conversation. So let's assume Gronk heard just the middle of this conversation, and everything else from the beginning and the back end was just roses. That's all you need. The fact that I tried to say this yesterday, the fact that he's talking about the MVP, especially for players that have won Super Bowls and chased Super Bowls and died and won them badly, it just doesn't come off well. Now, you got a first ballot Hall of Fame tight end, one of the top 5 tight ends of all time, saying essentially the same thing that Max said, that I kind of said. I mean, like, come on, Jay.
Come on. Let me ask you something.
Sure.
So, Key yesterday said, look, I don't have a problem with talking MVPs, but this is how you do it. In other words, here's how I would present it. And I'm saying, based on what Key is saying, and I have that same feeling, that it's not just you present it that way because you want a certain reaction. I say you present it that way because it reflects something about your priorities. And now Gronk coming out, having that reaction to Aaron Rodgers. I know he's a human being. He can be affected by things he hears, even if he's been through the process. But he's had things taken out of context. He knows how this works. But that got on his radar, and he went, nope, not that. Not that. He didn't like it,
because
Jay.
He has a preconceived notion of who he thinks Aaron Rodgers is.
But I don't know that he has a preconceived notion, though, Jay.
Do you think there's something to it? I'm asking you the same question.
I'm going to say this. We live in a world that reacts to sound bites. And the fact that he's reacting just to that version, he doesn't even hear what Aaron Rodgers said literally right after that, where he talks about Bakhtiari, he talks about Alan Lazard, he talks about Robert Tonyan, he talks about Randall Cobb.
But let me ask you this, though, Jay.
Like, it just... And by the way, we didn't even have the question that
he's not thinking about
into that.
Jay, it sounds like to me that you've listened to the interview multiple times.
Key, I've listened to the whole thing.
No, I understand. It just sounds like to me that that's what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever say Super Bowl in the whole interview at
But
all?
he said
Did
Super Bowls multiple times on Pat McAfee's podcast.
That's not
multiple
what
times.
But that's not what I
Multiple
asked
times.
you. I
He's
didn't
talked
ask you
about-
if he said
but
it
Key,
multiple times.
he's
I'm talking about
talked-
in this specific
Oh, goodness.
interview. I'm talking about in this specific
But
interview.
the question was, what is he going? Like, what does he like to do? Will he play in Green Bay? Because he's like washed.
Okay,
Not
so
redirecting it as
so-
Keywood
so-
towards
so
the
look,
Super Bowl.
He's redirected a
Jay,
lot of comments. So
you
he
just
missed
said
this one. Oh, now that's,
Jay, you
know,
just said the question was about if he was going to play in Green Bay. Okay, I don't know.